Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. 1 Minute Apologist. Apologetics seeks to give credible answers to curious questions, to give a defense. Why is there so much doubt today? I could go on for a while talking about this idea of doubt and what causes it. In fact, I'm writing a book right now called Doubting Toward Faith. This doubt picture that we see taking place and becoming more clear in our culture begs the question, what's going on? Why is there so much doubt? And I think that there are a few things that I'd like to share. Number one, it's easier to believe when there's critical mass. And Christianity is going through a shift here in America from a pro-Christian culture to sort of this neutral Christian culture that's moving much more toward an anti-Christian culture, which in time will produce a persecuted Christian culture. And as you go from this pro-Christian culture to a persecuted Christian culture, you will notice that the masses get winnowed down and you end up with the few, right? And as a result, what we can see is it's easy to believe something when it's popular, when it's hip, when it's cool. But when Christianity kind of takes on the feeling of being outdated, when it's no longer cool and popular, people go the way of the masses. And here's one thing I would say. The truth doesn't necessarily exist with the masses. When Noah boarded his ship with his family many years ago, thankfully he wasn't following the critical masses. The truth was with the minority in that instance. And we're living in a time where we're seeing that many people aren't interested in the Christian message. Another thing that causes it is pluralism. As a result of the different cultures moving to our culture, you'll have one person in a conversation talking about what their God wants you to bring as a sacrifice, and another person saying what their God wants you to bring as a sacrifice. And then you begin to wonder, well, do I have it right? In other words, these different faiths have different competing views, which makes us throw up our hands in the air and go, well, how can I know really what to believe? And so pluralism can be something that can create doubt. This doesn't mean there's no such thing as truth. It just might mean it's harder to get at it. Sure, a culture that's never been confronted with other viewpoints is going to feel safe and secure until people come from the outside and create some confusion. It just means we have to wrestle through questions. Well, why is their sources more credible than mine? Or are my sources more credible than theirs? And it creates sort of this cumulative case that we have to go through for showing why we believe that Christianity is more plausible to believe than what other people believe. And so therefore we put a cumulative case together for giving a rational defense of the Christian faith. So pluralism, the masses, those are just a couple things to consider that could be contributing to doubt. And the final thing, just this moral decline that we're experiencing right now, where our culture is becoming much more immoral than it ever has been. And we're seeing that, and that's creating confusion about this so-called timeless principles that we've held on to. So think about those things and consider what I just shared.